Hey everybody, welcome to the monthly blind taste test. I'm going to be doing a blind taste test and seeing if I can, just from the smell and the taste and the color, recognize which one of these is mash cut, which one of these is Heaven's Door, and which one of these is Paddys. Yeah, I'm not feeling the greatest right now, kind of have an allergic reaction, so I don't know if my smell is going to be that great, but if you sense that there's a lot of edits, it's because I had a coughing fit. I had to stop and then edit. So yeah, I'm going to do this with a coughing fit, like the one I'm about to have right now.
Bandages, cough drops.
All right, so first of all, I'm not noticing a huge amount of difference on the color. I think if I remember correctly, Paddys is the lightest color, so that leads me to believe that this is Paddys. So and if I remember correctly, yesterday I did kind of a not so blind version of this, where I had the Glencairns right in front of the bottles, so I could kind of like, okay, this is this one, this is it. And the smell, this is one of those where the smell is not extremely important. It is all about the taste. So normally I do a smell, and I basically give them a sniff and figure out which one has what to offer on the nose. But these ones, not so much. So I think I'm going to go right to the tasting. So like I said, I believe this is Paddys. And from what I remember yesterday, when I was studying for the test, Paddys is just kind of has that cheap cut whiskey kind of taste. So let's see.
All they have is cheap whiskey.
Now I'm not so confident that that is Paddys. As always with these, I always drink more water than I do whiskey when I do the blind taste test. That might still be Paddys, but
Cough them up!
Weird. My camera just did a freeze, so in case that froze, I'm going to say that I'm leaning towards B, being Bob Dylan's Heaven's Door, which is the one in the center of the three right there. So and if my guesses are currently correct, the one I'm about to taste is going to have a little bit of a skunky Scotch kind of taste to it, like burnt weeds, you know. Now I'm going to get lots of comments from Scotch fans.
Scotch. Neat.
Sorry, not a fan of Scotch. I drink it. I taste it out, but not a big fan. The finish is the one that gives that one away. The finish is, it makes it like I was a little confused. I was a little lost until that finish. That finish makes me so confident that it makes me nervous. Judge, you ready?
Judge. Always up in bloody old judge.
A is Paddys.
Correct.
B is Bob Dylan's Heaven's Door.
Also correct.
C, I'm going to be really, really confused if this one is incorrect. C is mash cut.
Correct.
3 out of 3, even when I'm sick. I did make it easy for me. These were my Christmas whiskeys, so it was not a theme. So a little easier when one's a Scotch, one's an Irish, and one's an American whiskey, not a bourbon. But and I think that even if Paddys was a higher end Irish, I think it still would have been pretty obvious. In fact, actually, it would have been easier. The fact that it had that kind of cheap cut to it made it so that I wasn't completely confident that I would be able to tell the difference between the Paddys and the mash cut. But when the mash cut, the finish of the mash cut, it's very much a Scotch. So, anyways, that's it. Next month's blind taste test is going to be way more difficult because it is the 3 bottles of Jameson's you see behind me. That's going to be much more difficult because it's all Jameson's, but it's 3 different types of Jameson's. So, ending with the one in the fancy box. So, anyways, see you next week where we kick off our series with Jameson's. And until then, always sip, never slam. Cheers.